Hi everyone, Natasha here and around my home today. I am in my office and I am excited to finally be sharing my planner stack for 2022. So welcome to my office. Firstly, let me just say that I know this looks like quite a stack, but several of these are journals or specific items I'll be using only at certain times, so it's not necessarily a stack of planners going with me every day. However, I did want to share, so let's get started. Firstly, this is the planner I have been using for 2021, so kind of ignore this little date on there. What I actually did was just print out an image from One Canoe 2 and using some contact paper made a cover for my Unbound planner. So this is my 2021 Unbound planner. This is the color Spruce, I believe it's called. So I've used this planner all year. I will leave everything linked down below. And overall, I've been happy with this planner. It is quite a big planner to carry around. So that's one of the things when I was looking for my new planner for this year, I was just kind of thinking about what characteristics I was looking for. And I was ready to find something a little bit slimmer and lighter. This is quite a bit to carry around with me. It's a heavier book. I appreciate that it's got really nice paper. It's bright white paper that's heavy and takes pen well and doesn't have a lot of ghosting, which is what I was looking for initially when I found the Unbound planner. So overall, I've been happy with it, but I'm feeling the need for a little bit of a change. So what I've decided to go with this year is something a little bit different. If you've been following me, then you know that I used to do bullet journaling. So I do have a bullet journal style dot grid blank journal here, but this is actually going to function purely as a notebook. You could call it a bullet journal or a catch-all notebook, but it's just something to have when I need to jot down notes quickly. And this will just be a place for notes and brainstorming, jotting down to-do lists, brain dumping, that kind of thing. It can just kind of function as whatever I need to, essentially, along with a bullet journal. I did go through and number the pages. So one day when I was watching a movie, I just sat down and numbered the pages, took the very first page and numbered out the grid, and then I used the first two to make my index, and then it is ready to go. The planner that I've decided to go with, while it looks to be the same, and this is from One Canoe 2, this is actually the Erin Condren Focused Planner, and this is the Undated calendar version. And I got this on a sale. I want to say it was the warehouse sale this fall. And I decided to give it a try. I just picked it up because I wanted to see what I thought of it. I didn't really have a plan for it when I initially got it. And the longer I had it, and as I was finishing up using my Unbound planner, the more I just started to think, you know, I think this is what I want to try, at least going into 2022. So it just has blank pages that will need to be dated, and the monthly layout looks like that. I did an unboxing, which I'll link below. I believe this should say month of and not week of. At least that's how I'm going to use it, is this is going to be sort of a place to brainstorm, jot down any to-do lists, any appointments and birthdays for the month, and then I'll use this page to list out my Louise Hay colors and numbers information. If you've followed along, then you know how I've been keeping up with that. And then it just goes into the weeks. So each week just has this simple layout. You've got your days, and Saturday and Sunday do have their own section, and then a place for notes and a list. So what I'll probably do is make this my errand list and this just a place for general notes. And then it goes to the next week. So it's a very simple layout. It has 12 months. I did use some old Post-it tabs that I had. These are the repositionable tabs, and I just used my label maker to print out labels. So I stuck those in there just to get everything kind of initially laid out. And there are some notes pages at the back, so I'll have that. So this is what I'm going to carry around with me. I can actually take this off. So the planner came with just a solid blue cover, and I did the same thing. I just printed out a One Canoe 2 image that I liked and used some contact paper to create a cover so that it coordinates. I liked this image a little bit better, so I'll have this one. And then if I feel the need to bring a notes or extra notes book with me, then I'll have these two. But mostly I think this is gonna stay at my desk. I don't plan on necessarily bringing the dot grid journal with me everywhere. It'll just be the planner itself that I'll be carrying around back and forth. And typically if I'm leaving the house, I have 3 days a week that I go to work for an accountant and do basic accounting and some tax accounting work. And so I like to have a planner with me when I'm away from home just to check dates, have lists, that sort of thing. Then the next thing I have is what I will be using at work. So when I'm at work, I have a planner that I like to keep on my desk. So this current year for 2021, I've been using the Old Farmer's Almanac planner, and I got this one for 2022. And I'm excited about the new layout. They have the wire O binding now. The current one I have has the type of binding where the wire O is encapsulated with the cover, so you can't really turn it back on itself as well, but this one is set up where you can, which will be a little bit easier, and it just has the monthly layout. This has been rearranged a little bit. They have less of the general little tidbits and more of just truly a planning page. So I just use this for keeping track of appointments, especially as we're going into the tax season, and just some of our recurring tasks each month. This is nice to have as a quick snapshot of the month and any of our schedule changes for myself and the lady I work for. And then the weekly layouts, I usually don't really need the second half here. We don't typically work Mondays, so I usually write the general list of things we have to do sometime that week here. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I'll have a daily checklist that I write as we go along. Sometimes I do write any projects or notes that I need to remember for the next week. But I did want to share this planner with you because it is a nice weekly planner if you want something like this where it has a little bit of fun information with the Farmer's Almanac, like tips and tidbits, and it's a pretty planner. It does look nice laying out. It does, like I said, it'll fold back since it's the wire O binding. So that makes it nice. I can just have this page laying out since I usually don't need the second half. And I'll just quickly flip. Each month does change, so the header changes to coordinate with the month. There's March and April, May, June, July, and yeah, the end of the month, it just goes right into the next month. There's August and September, October, November, and December. And at the very back of the planner, there's just a couple of extra pages. So you have a 2023 Advanced Planner, which is handy when you're looking at school calendars. We also have a section for passwords, which I won't use, contacts I probably won't use, and emergency contacts, which I won't use. But for my general planner at work, I'm going to be using the Old Farmer's Almanac 2022 planner. Next up, we have the planner that I will be using for my Jordan Essentials business as a direct seller. So this is the Belinda Ellsworth Planner for Direct Sellers for 2022, and I did do a flip through of this and an unboxing, so I'll link that video below. But this will be the one that I use. It has lots of great space for planning out your month, focusing with your team and your customers, follow-ups, building your team, place for goal setting and tracking stats, and your month at a glance, and then your weekly layouts, which is hourly. Along with my planner for direct sellers, I wanted to incorporate a couple of other elements. One thing is I felt like I needed another place to put my to-do list and sort of work through projects and plans a bit more. So if you saw my Happy Planner unboxing, then you'll know I did pick up a couple of different undated planners. So one of them I picked up is the Papillon Daily Undated Planning System. So these I'm just using as daily planning pages when I need them. So mostly it's the days that I'm working from home. What I've been doing is keeping, this was actually my Christmas planner. I haven't made a new cover for it yet, but I've just been keeping a few of these extra daily pages in here, and then this sort of floats around the house with me as I'm working through my to-do list for the day. This is just a storage system, so I have those expander discs and some of these extra planning pages that I picked up from the Happy Planner. So I have those daily pages, and then along with that, that's just general to-do list items. I also picked up the dashboard layout Undated as well. So these dashboard pages I'm thinking I may use in conjunction with my planner for direct sellers, and it's mostly just for having a section to work out if I'm going to be working on different things each day, or different contacts, or my team if I need to talk to a few team members each day. And then I might relabel these sections to be things like filming, social media, etc. So I have some of those extra pages in here that I could use as needed. Again, not anything that I have a real specific plan for. I just feel like I need to sort of try some different things at the beginning of the year to hone my system a little bit. This was the planner that I started out with for 2021 for my Jordan Essentials business, and I used it about 3/4 of the year. Kind of had a similar thing going as what was in that Belinda Ellsworth planner, but I was just making it up as I went. And so what I think I'm going to do is just take out the pages from 2021, and since it's the wire O binding, you know, you can just pull the binding apart, slip in the new pages. And this planner came from Aldi, of all places. And the other thing I grabbed at Aldi at the beginning of 2021 was a planner that is called a parent planner, and that's actually what I'll be using for our family budget information. So I liked how they had a basic budget system in here, and then what I've done is just create my own layout for income in coordination with the expenses page that it came with. And then I took out the family planning section because I don't need that, but I wanted to use it to start planning out my social media in this binder. So I'm gonna put those inserts in here, and what they look like is this. So this is meant to be for the different family members, but this is, again, something I got the idea from the Organized Money, because she's doing a teacher planner to help with her social media planning. And I liked that idea, and I wanted to try something similar. So if I wanted to track my Facebook VIP group, Instagram, YouTube, my Facebook personal page, or an email or newsletter list, or whatever else I want to do, I liked how these different sections gave me a place to sort of separate that all out and yet see the week at a glance and know what I need to take care of each day. So that'll be the third thing I use in conjunction with the Belinda Ellsworth planner for my Jordan Essentials business, is going to be this notebook with these inserts. Next, I want to talk a little bit about some of the other notebooks and different things I'll be using that are not necessarily for planning. So, as you know, I use the Louise Hay Colors and Numbers system to help me determine my word for the year, my affirmation for the year, my focus and word for each month, and even down to what color outfit I'm going to wear for the day. So that'll continue to be part of my routine in planning and setting up each week. The other thing that I do each morning is I do a quick devotional with my Living Faith daily devotional here. I just get this through my church, and that's something quick and easy I can read, and has been a good habit that I've established most of the days of 2021. And then I also have a Some Lines a Day 5-year memory book, and I shared before I had gotten one as a gift from my dear friend Marcy when my daughter was born. And I filled that one up, and now she is 7 going on 8. So we're into the second book, and I'm about halfway through. So each morning I'll just jot down, you know, something funny she said, or a little story or anecdote about something we did the day before, or some kind of cute memory. And so I do fill that out each morning along with my daily devotional time when I'm having my coffee. Something else I've been using this year, which I think will go into the next year, is this is just a notebook that I've been using for my Jordan Essentials business. And I haven't filled it up yet, so I plan on just continuing to use this until it's filled up. So I just stuck a few tabs in here for places to keep track of our training calls each week, meeting notes for my team, different vendor events or parties I have going on, and packing lists. So it's just a little bit of everything, but this notebook, which is from Target, is the final thing that I use along with my Jordan Essentials business planning. Lastly, I picked up this pencil pouch from One Canoe 2. So I plan on just kind of having this filled with whatever I'm using at the moment. So I'll typically have one of the Zig Clean Color dot markers for that month's color scheme. I'll have that with me. A few other different markers and supplies, and of course my favorite friction pens and markers will go in there as well. So that'll be something that just sort of floats around. Sometimes I carry it with me on the go. Often it just stays here at home. So I'll have these 3 coordinating pieces that are used most of the time on a daily basis. I'll have my pencil pouch from One Canoe 2 with just some of my usual planning supplies. And the Unbound Planner does offer a nice combination of planning pages and goal setting pages, but I just found this year that maybe it's just where I am in my journey in life. I've felt like goal setting has just become something I don't have the bandwidth for. I can't get my brain to think about a lot of lofty goals because it still feels like, you know, some weeks we're just sort of going day by day to see how things go. So that was also what drew me to a simpler planner for the year. I just wanted to try something that was kind of basic, just a place to put appointments and to-do lists. And then if I do want to do any goal setting or work things out a bit more, I'll have my dot grid journal to go along with that. And of course, the Belinda Ellsworth Planner for Direct Sellers does have some good sections in it for goal setting with my business. And at this point, that's kind of where I feel my focus tends to go, is goal setting for my business is my main focus. And as far as my personal life, you know, I feel like I'm doing okay. Life is going along pretty well. There's always things that I kind of want to work on, but nothing that feels like I need to focus in on it so much that I need like a whole system for it. So that is my main planner and my whole planner stack for 2022. I hope you enjoyed just seeing what I have going on, and I'm curious to hear what you're up to and what planning system you have in place for 2022, or if you're still figuring it out. Most days I think I have a lot of things I want to get done, and in the end, if I get a few of them done, then that's pretty good, and I'm just going to leave it at that. So I'd love to hear how your planning process is going, or if you're not planning and you're just kind of doing the same thing, just taking it day by day. I'm hoping to film a little bit of a setup and plan with me as I get started in this new planner, so be on the lookout for that. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button down below so I know you enjoy these types of videos. Have a very happy new year, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.